Hey everyone. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to change a fuel pump and cylinder unit on a 1995 Subaru Legacy. This is the L model, but it's basically the same for all the trim levels, wagon and sedan. So I think it's 95 to 98. It's the same. I heard in 99 they changed some stuff. So yeah, basically ever since I got this thing, if it sits longer than a day, it takes a lot of cranking to get it started. Well, not a lot of cranking, but more than it should. And when the fuel pump went out on that truck, it took a lot of cranking, so I'm diagnosed as low fuel pressure. Anyways, the first thing you do is you undo the gas cap to relieve any pressure in the system. You have to do this or the cylinder unit might blow up in your face when you undo all the bolts. Luckily for me, there wasn't any pressure there. I'm kind of surprised. Rusty. Never noticed the rust right there. Anyways, put that back on. Caution: when filling the fuel to the tank, do not add more than fuel than. Okay. Never noticed that sticker either. Anyways, it's pretty simple to do. Here's the new fuel pump and cylinder unit I got from the wrecking yard from a 95 Legacy wagon. That was hit pretty hard in the rear. I don't know. What you do is you pull up the carpet, like I'm going to do right now. Oops, accidentally hit that record button again. And there's two panels back here. I'm not sure what that one does. I think that might be for the gas low light, but I'm not 100% sure. Which doesn't work right away, but you know. And this one's for the fuel pump and cylinder unit. 4 Phillips head screwdrivers. Screws, not screwdrivers. You need a screwdriver. And basically, I'll do all those. I'll get back to you when I do that. Okay, I got this off now. Got all the screws off, and it just pulls up. You might need a flathead screwdriver, depending on how stuck it is. I already had it off, so. Anyways, before I get. And the reason why I decided to change the cylinder unit too is one, it's easier to change the whole assembly, and two, ever since I got this thing, when you fill it up all the way, the gas gauge doesn't read all the way full. It reads just almost full, but it's a couple dots under. Well, you know, a few dots, not just a couple. So I diagnosed that as maybe the cylinder unit's bad. Rarely the cell gauge that stays where, you know, stays in the same place when you turn off the key rarely goes bad. So I've only seen one bad one, and that's on that gray truck when I got it. So yeah. Okay, what you do now is get some light on here. Is you undo this plug right here for the fuel pump and cylinder unit. If I can get my hand on there. There we go. And then you undo all these hose clamps, but before you do that, get like a clip or a clothespin or something, so you can clip all these together, so you know what line goes where, and so they don't fall underneath the car, which maybe it could happen, I don't know. You might, I think you'll have to drop the gas tank to put them back up, so I'm going to get a clothespin real quick. And like I said, there's not 8, but there's some 8mm bolts. That's where the 8 came from. So anyways, I'll get back to you when I start breaking those loose. Well, actually, I guess I'll do the fuel lines first, huh? Okay, everyone, if you're having trouble getting your fuel lines off, I got this one off no problem. Probably just knife under there very, very carefully. But it didn't work so well with that main fuel line. What you could do is get some pliers and try to work it back and forth. Just work it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And eventually that should break the seal loose. You should probably try the pliers technique first. I wasn't really thinking straight. I like the knife that came with the car, by the way. I found it in the driver's side pouch thing. Scary, huh? It has dry blood on it and everything. Anyways, I'll get back to you when I get the rest of these done. And if you have this style hose clamp, I'll recommend replacing it with either this style or the regular like hose clamp style. I never really cared for these. I don't think they hold that great of pressure, and I think they're kind of chintzy. So I'll get back to you when I finish this. Yeah, well, I got those fuel lines off. Now that I think about it, I'm just not even going to clothespin them for two reasons. One, I can't get the fuel lines out of the way with the clothespin, and the return lines go to the same place, back in the fuel tank, so I don't think it's no big deal. And the main fuel line, it's pretty obvious which one that one is, so anyways, now it's time to do all these 8mm bolts. I think I have the ratchet on here somewhere. Okay, they're all off now. One more thing I just thought of halfway through doing that is use this cover thing as a tray for all your nuts and bolts and shit and screws. I can already see I lost one screw, but it's no big deal because I saved all the nuts and screws from the donor car at the wrecking yard. So anyways, set this out of the way and try and get this out. Let's turn on some light. It's coming out better than the junkyard one. Let me fold down the back seat. There we go. She wants to come. You should probably take this out for the trunk too, so you don't get gas all over your car. Anyways, nothing to see really here now, just draining. While you have the fuel pump off, be sure to check the tank seal, make sure it's in good condition. This one's perfect, very soft, no cracks or shit. Sometimes they stick onto here, so anyways, I got done taking all those old lines off the yard fuel pump. Now it's time just to stick it back in. The lines face towards the driver's side, or the left side, depending on where in the world they live. Please forgive me if there's any noise. The neighbors are at it again, trying to be shitheads. At least this car has a new air freshener. Raw gas. Yeah, the hardest part of the whole fucking job is getting the fucking fuel pump in. There it goes. I think I just got caught in something down there. Now what I'm going to do actually is get this seal up. I'm going to stick it on the fuel pump because I think it's supposed to be on the fuel pump side. That's how the yard one was. There we go. And it's also recommended you do this job after, just to plug it underneath there, after you got, like overnight, let the fuel pressure drain out at the lines. Anyways, let's get the lines back up. One thing I noticed when I was taking off the lines off the old one is all these lines are different. Just different sizes like the S10, so pretty self-explanatory. So stick them back on. I'm going to try and reuse some of the hose clamps from the old fuel, from the yard fuel pump, since I saved the lines. I'm I figured the car's going to get crushed anyways. Might as well cut the lines. It's something that's going into a crusher, very likely. Anyways, I guess there's no point doing that. I'll get back to you when I get this. I don't even know if it's worth doing a clip of this, but plug that in. Then of course, click. Make sure that clicks, because if it doesn't, it's not in all the way. And next, put in the screws and all those nuts. And then we're done. Also, one more thing, when you're tightening down these bolts, do it like I am right here, like tighten one down some, skip one, tighten the next, skip one. Don't tighten it down all the way until you have all the bolts down, because then it'll be, seated on, if there's a possibility it could seat on levelly, or on level. So, on level, I made that word up, huh? Just wanted to add that in there. Done. Okay, next thing you do is you don't put that on quite yet. What you do is you start the engine and make sure there's no fuel leaks up here, because fuel leaks are bad. Your car can go up in flames if your exhaust is right underneath that. And it's a waste of fucking gas, so yeah, it's just freaking dangerous for the most part. So let's go see how she starts. Well, oops, I guess I got a key in here, the spare key. Let's see how she runs. Cool, I didn't even let that prime or anything. Started right up. Well, it's running now, and I can hear the pump running like it ain't, like a bumblebee. Me. I don't see any leaks, so that's good. So, let's shut her down and put that freaking cover on. I'm so glad I got all these extra nuts and screws. I lost one screw and I lost one nut. So, anyways, let's do the final step. That is to put this cover back on. It's important to put this cover on just so stuff doesn't get on there, and exhaust is less likely to get in the car. So, and put them on all the way, don't half-ass it with just halfway screwed in. So, and also one more thing. I guess this car doesn't have that, does it? Forget it, Ben. Well, since I know you guys are going to ask me about it, what I was going to say was, if your seat won't come back down, sometimes the little lever back here comes unscrewed. That was the problem with my mom's Subaru, the new one. To screw it back in like a, like one of those, cap things. And it should work. Anyways, just wanted to add it in there. I think that's only on the wagons. Fuel pump's in the same exact place right behind the back seat. When I first did this, when I was first going to do the pump job, I looked underneath the back seat and I was like, fuck, there's no fuel pump back here. I'm going to have to drop the whole gas tank. But I was like, I'm going to check right back here because I really don't want to do this. A lot of our Subarus have it so you can access the pump from inside. So, look, wheels back here. It's a royal pain in the ass and I don't want to do that. Drop the whole tank. Me and my brother did that on the S10 and it was a pain in the ass. And the fuel pump I put in there is still fucking bad. I think I'm going to scrap it, to be honest. I'll tell you guys about that later. Anyways, there it is. Be sure you don't forget any of the tools or any spare parts or anything. And you should be good to go.